Hello, my name is CJ Mertzlufft. I am the creator of the game He Who Ages for Game Jam 2012. I am actually a one-man team. I didn't have anyone else working with me. The only thing that was not regularly mine was a free song that I was able to get online last minute. Other than that, everything is of my creation, and you'll see why in just a minute. The WASD or arrow keys are for navigation, space to use weapons, Q to view any maps you have available, and E for instructions. So let's begin. First off, you are a square. That green thing moving around, that's you. This orange thing, that's a house, and this blue guy is a child. Child says, "Want to play wooden swords with me?" Yeah, sure. We don't actually have to play. By doing that, we were able to receive a wooden sword from him. That square in the top right up here, yeah, that's a sword. You can use it to do things. Okay, anyhow, so the sword, you use that later. Time of day currently is morning, as you can see up there, and you are a child. That's what age you are. That's why that kid wants to play swords with you. So yeah, I didn't have time to create any real graphics for this. Everything was supposed to be a placeholder, but I ended up working on the coding too long, and yeah, we have this creation instead of what I originally had envisioned. So, we talked to this guy. This is a man. He says, "Go crawl around in some dirt." He thinks you're a bastard, because you're still a child. And the elder says, "This statue was built in my honor. My days as an adventurer were wondrous. Then I took an arrow to the knee." That was a Skyrim reference, and this gray thing is a statue of his. It looks just like him, only bigger. Okay, this red thing, that was supposed to be a monster. We'll get back to that later. Crossing a bridge, those are trees, these are pillars, that's a spider web. You're supposed to fight a spider at this point in the game. I didn't get that. So we chopped down the spider web. Let's open this chest. Oh, you've obtained the first amulet, a grail, and a map. That's cool. So we have an amulet, a grail, and a map. The amulet had us age. We are now men. Congratulations. And we are currently at midday instead of morning. Okay, talk to the child. Child says, "Good day, sir." He's just trying to impress us. Okay, so the man says, "How about them bears?" Yeah. I don't know what men say to each other. The elderly person says, "I sure am thirsty. The spring is at the other side of the forest, though. With the trees constantly shifting, it's like a maze in there." So, that's oddly specific. We're gonna go to this tree maze over here. Now, if we check our map... Yep, that's our map. Okay, so we're in this tree maze right where those arrows are, and the spring looks like it's to our left. Now, if we were smart, we're going to follow the arrows like every other video game has ever taught us ever. And in order to solve this maze, if you can tell, you can't really go anywhere. So we're going to follow the arrows. It said left, up, and left. And we solved the maze. Okay, so you get to the spring, you fill the grill with fresh spring water. That's great. So we leave the maze, cross the bridge, and here we see the old guy. The old guy says, "Thanks for the fresh water. Here, take my old steel sword, young adventurer." So we get the steel sword. It's steel blue now. So, we're going to go back up here, because if you paid attention to the map, we're not done yet. On the right side of the maze, it says Dad, and there's a big tree there. Well, I didn't say Dad on the map for, just whatever. If you realize the directions, say you can use WASD or arrow keys to navigate. So, if we were to use D-A-D to spell out Dad, we'd go right, left, right, and we'd solve the maze and get into this place where a giant tree is. It was supposed to be a tree monster, but again, didn't have that much time. So we're going to chop down this tree. That was difficult. Okay, so we open up this chest. We obtained the second amulet. The amulet had us aged to elder, and the current time of day is now evening. So we're going to go back over here, talk to the only 3 people that are ever here. The child says, "Need help crossing the road?" He's just trying to get, like, badges for Boy Scouts or something. the elderly person says, "Good evening, fellow old person." Wink. So, yeah, that's creepy. And the man says, "Take this staff, old man. You'll break your back walking around all willy-nilly like that." So you get a staff. And so you can't use your sword anymore. The only place we haven't traveled is this area right here with the this red monster thingy. So yeah, we can't use our sword to kill it. So instead, since you're old now, you're magic too. So you're gonna instead use your staff and turn invisible. It works just like that. Okay, so you've obtained the third amulet. After doing that, we're going to use magic again, get past this thing, and then cross the bridge, go over to these varying in size pillars that are oddly in the shape of a triangle, and go in the middle. Oh, look, now we have all three amulets, and it says a message which was originally supposed to be a sphinx that you're supposed to fight, but instead, I have a riddle because, yeah, no time. Okay, so you've successfully collected all of the amulets from the Timeless Land. Now for your final task. What is 4 legs in the morning, 2 at midday, and 3 in the evening? If you're smart, you would say man. Because, you know, child crawls, men walk on 2 legs, and old people use a staff, kind of like how I gave you a staff at the end of the game, because you're old. So yeah, it was supposed to be a really detailed, complicated sort of Zelda-type game. Obviously, as you can see by my detailed river, it isn't as complex as I thought it would be. I didn't have as much time as I thought. I probably set the bar too high, but imagine a sort of Zelda sort of complex to this game. That's what I was originally trying to focus on. And I ended up spending too much time on the coding, but you can still navigate. I guess you can look at the beautiful architecture and laugh at the 3 people that are ever around, and I guess take a swim. So yeah, this is my game. I was the only person working on this, and I used Windows Visual Studio to code all of this, and I made everything from scratch. Again, the only thing that wasn't mine was music that I was able to get online. And so yeah, my name is CJ Mertzlufft. I'm the creator of this entire game. So yeah, I guess have fun for 8 minutes. It looks like is how long it takes to beat this game. So yeah, Game Jam 2012. It was great. Can't wait till next year.